Many parents move to consequences too quickly. What I mean by that is that they know that firmness is an important part of their parenting, and it is. Firmness builds character. We can use all kinds of different tools as we're working with children, but for the most part, many children, or most children, need firmness of some kind or another. But if parents move to consequences as their only avenue for firmness, then it tends to be negative. Things tend to move in a negative direction. It would be much better to focus on where you're going. If you know that you're moving in a particular direction in a positive way, then that firmness can really be an asset to help children develop what they need. So that's why we do require children to do chores, or we do have, and we step in and we say, this is what you need to do. When children have the firmness, then it creates the structures in their lives that help them to develop the patterns, internal patterns necessary to be successful. So when you think about firmness, don't just think about consequences. Think about other forms of firmness that move children toward a goal instead of where they're coming from trying to stop something. We're moving toward a goal, then that firmness becomes very helpful. I always worked with one boy who had ADHD at age 7, and one of his challenges was he would come into the room and he would start talking and kind of take over the room with his voice. And so Mom and Dad gave him a plan. The plan was to stop, look, and listen before you engage. And then when he came into the room, Mom just would put up her hand and she would say, oh, stop, think about it. That was the firmness. It didn't have to be a consequence. It was just to stop the process earlier. Stopping the process earlier is another way that firmness is so valuable. If you have a child who argues, stop the process earlier. Don't engage with them. If a child who whines, stop the process earlier. If you have a child who's doing something like this, engaging in a way that isn't productive in the room, then you want to stop the process earlier. That form of firmness is very important. It doesn't have to be mean or harsh, but it is firm, and the firmness teaches children that there are limits and boundaries and requirements and so on. So firmness is an important part of parenting. But we want to use it in the wisest way we can so that we can maximize the change to move children toward a goal instead of just stopping something that they're doing. That's a very important part of our parenting process. For more biblical parenting tips, follow me here.